The hills of Florence shimmered under a pale October moon, the olive groves whispering secrets older than the city itself. A cool breeze slid through the cypress trees and down into the valley, where the Arno River wound like a dark ribbon beneath bridges that had seen too much blood. When the Netflix miniseries The Monster of Florence premiered in 2025, the murders of young lovers from decades past, cases long buried in dust and scandal, were suddenly alive again. The city's journalists called it La Reaccession, the reignition. For Inspector Lucia Bellandi, it was more than a story. It was an open wound. Her father had worked the original case before his death. Now, after 40 years, a message arrived at her office. He's not gone. He's waiting for his masterpiece. The first murder scene appeared 3 weeks after the show's debut. A couple found in a car near Fiesole, posed eerily like the 1983 victims. Lucia's partner, Detective Marco Rinaldi, was waiting when she arrived. "Same ritual," he muttered, flipping open his notepad. "Two bodies. Lovers. The woman's purse untouched. The man's watch missing. A single Polaroid resting on the dashboard, showing the same scene from a different angle." The press stormed the next morning. "Monster of Florence returns?" Lucia's instincts screamed imitation. But the way the photo was framed, the intimacy of the violence, it didn't feel like a copycat. It felt personal. When she returned home that night, she found her father's old case files stacked neatly on her kitchen table. She lived alone. Lucia studied her father's handwriting through tears. His final note read, "The killer paints his crimes. Each is a tableau, an imitation of something sacred." She drove to the old archive in Borgo San Lorenzo, the same station her father once commanded. The attendant, a stooped man with nicotine-stained fingers, gave her a look of pity. "The past never sleeps, Signora Bellandi," he said. Among the photos, Lucia found something new. A shot of the 1974 crime scene marked with a small red X in the background. Enlarged, it revealed a shadowed figure standing at the tree line. When she compared it to the Polaroid from last week, her pulse froze. The same silhouette. The killer hadn't returned. He'd never left. The second modern killing came on All Saints' Day. A tourist couple from the UK, shot in their car outside Impruneta. Same posing. Same missing watch. The city spiraled into panic. The monster had become myth again. Lucia and Marco interrogated art dealers, photographers, ex-convicts. All dead ends. Until one name resurfaced. Matteo Cortisi, a film student working on a docu-thriller about the original murders. In his apartment, they found hundreds of stills from crime scenes, recreations, test shots, and storyboards labeled Act I, Act II, Finale. Matteo smiled when questioned. "I'm not killing anyone," he said softly. "I'm just directing what's already written." Matteo's alibi checked out. He was filming in Bologna during the last murder. But his footage included something chilling. An unseen figure watching him from the roadside near Fiesole days before the killing. Lucia slowed the frame. A man in a hood, his camera pointed back at Matteo. The director had become part of someone else's movie. That night, Lucia's apartment door was ajar. Inside, everything was untouched, except one thing. Her father's photograph turned face down. The phone rang. A voice whispered, "He always admired your father's eye for composition." Lucia traced the calls to an abandoned villa once owned by a local painter, Alessandro Neroni, a name from her father's notes. She and Marco entered before dawn. Paintings lined the walls. Lovers in cars, blood-red brushstrokes cutting across the canvas. Each dated between 1968 and 1985. And on the easel, a new canvas, unfinished. Two figures under moonlight. The woman had Lucia's face. A creak upstairs. Lucia drew her gun. A man descended slowly, white-haired, eyes dark as ink. "You've come to see my gallery," Neroni said. "Your father never finished his visit." Neroni confessed not to the murders but to curating them. He'd painted from the killer's photographs, sent anonymously for decades. "The monster was my muse," he said. But he was no man. He was an idea. Florence itself, she demands beauty even in death. As they arrested him, Marco found a locked trunk. Inside were dozens of undeveloped film rolls. One showed Neroni as a young man posing with a camera. Another showed Lucia's father, standing beside him. Lucia's heart shattered. The past and present were inseparable. The monster was never one man. It was a legacy. The Monster of Florence case was officially closed in early 2026, though few believed the truth was simple. Neroni died in custody that spring. Lucia stood again at the overlook above the city, watching dawn wash the terracotta roof's gold. She thought of her father, of justice blurred by art and obsession. The final Polaroid arrived weeks later. It showed her, alone at the railing, the sunrise behind her. Written on the back, "Composition, perfect." Lucia never looked back again.